Now, a Leeds company that designs and makes products for people living with dementia and Alzheimer's has created a whole high street for the residents at One Bradford Care Home. The row of shops in Anchor Springfield Care Home, which includes a general store, a post office and a hat and coat shop, aims to encourage social interaction between residents, prevent boredom as well, and improve overall well-being. Well, Jacob Tomlinson has been along to Anchor Springfield Care Home to take a little bit of a look.
Today I've come to the Anchor Springfield Care Home in Bradford to visit a corridor. Now I know that sounds ridiculous, but there's a special reason I'm visiting this corridor, and that's because I'm currently looking at a newsagent, a general store, a flower shop and even a post office. That's because they've decorated this corridor with the fronts of all these different types of shops. I'm now going to go and speak to Vicky Hemsworth, who's the manager of the care home, to talk a bit about how this process even started, because I'm imagining, Vicky, that this didn't happen overnight.
No, it didn't. No, it's been about a year in the process of us doing. We started off with quite a small project, just one wall mural, and it went down really well. So we set our ambitions a little bit higher to create a whole market street.
Looks absolutely fantastic, but to talk to me a bit more about why this corridor is the way it is, I'm now going to speak to Karen Clayton, who's the dementia environment specialist. So talk to us a bit why this corridor is covered in all these fantastic shops.
If you go into a basic care home, the corridors tend to be all magnolia, the plain and the boring. And if you think about yourself, if you're at home and you're getting a bit fed up, you get up on your feet and you're walking. So it's your corridor areas that really need to have some form of stimulation to keep people from that boredom. So being able to walk down a corridor has lots of different effects. You've got the fact that it is so interesting and it is interactive. So you've got the tea room with the cups and saucers, and you've got the chocolate biscuits and the crisps there to help yourself with, which is really important in a care home because you want people eating and drinking. But also somebody could know, for instance, that when they find the post office, they live next door to it. So it's a great orientation aid as well. So there's lots of different reasons why you would do it, but it's relieving boredom, giving interest, orientation, all works really well. By making it 3D, you're making it quite lifelike. So for instance, a post box, you can post letters. It's a real working post box. If you look down the corridor, you've got the bookshop. You've got books on the shelves. They're not pretend books, they're real books. So it looks like the outside of a bookshop. Help yourself to a book. And it just means that people have got things to do. You're making it as real life as you possibly can within a confined space.
I think the thing that I loved most was when we were further along down the corridor, there's a general store, and Vicky was telling me how there's often like tins of Heinz beans and soups and stuff, and it's often the case that, for example, if a customer in this care home doesn't want what's on the menu, they can simply go and grab a tin of soup and say, I want that instead. I think that's fantastic, and that must mean so much to the people living here.
Yeah, and there's more to it than that, because if you're not doing an awful lot, then you lose your appetite. If you're not eating, then you don't get thirsty, so you don't drink. And that in itself can have a huge negative impact on somebody's life, because if you're not drinking and you stand up, you get dizzy, you fall. So if you fall, then you could potentially cut yourself, you could be on antibiotics. There's lots of other medications that could then be rattling around that you don't need. And the other thing is, people don't necessarily have the appetite. Or if you say to somebody, do you want beef stew or do you want chicken dinner? They won't necessarily understand what you're saying. Whereas if they can actually physically see it, so if you can put those pictures or those plates of food in front of them, they're more likely to make their preferred choice. And the other thing is people's taste change. So, for instance, you can give somebody a cup of tea with 3 sugars, which 6 months ago may have been their preferred drink, but now they may not like sugar in it. But if you don't give them the choice, then they're not going to be able to make it, so they'll stop drinking.
Now, the man behind the whole thing and the company behind all these wonderful displays is Find. Now, Peter Rose, you're the director of Find, so just talk to me a bit about what Find actually is.
Find was initially a bit of an accident, really, because we didn't work in this field at all. And I was invited by Bupa to design some signage, which we were a signage company 10 years ago. They wanted a design specifically for people with dementia. Well, we've always been a real can-do kind of business. So I just accepted the challenge before I realised what on earth I'd let myself in for. But having done my own research and gathered what was available at the time, which was very, very little, surprisingly, even though it's only a decade ago, I created a design which catered for the cognitive issues that people with dementia typically faced. And we took this back to Bupa, and they sent me to the University of Stirling in Scotland to discuss these designs, and everybody thought they were terrific. And proof the pudding, really. Here we are 10 years later, and our products have been, that sign design is in use across hundreds of hospitals and thousands of care homes, not just in the UK, but now in America, and I'm just talking to a company in New Zealand who want to take our products on as well.
I mean, you mentioned that 10 years ago it was all just an idea. Seeing this corridor now with the bookshop, the post office, the newsagent, seeing it in real life with all these things on the outside, that must be pretty good for you.
On a personal level, yeah, you're not kidding. I get a bit choked on occasions. There's so much evidence that what we've done is really helpful. And the more people know about that and adopt similar approaches, the better, because it's a massive issue and it's not going to go away.
It is absolutely fantastic, but I suppose one final question. Which is your favourite? Is it the post office, or is it the bookshop, or even the tea cafe?
Well, I have to say, with the way that the tea room's presented at the moment, with the little tea cakes and chocolate biscuits, that would be the one I'd be aiming for.
I think I completely agree with you. And on that note, I think we should go grab a cup of tea and a tea cake.
Jacob Tomlinson there, having a look at a high street right in the middle of a care home.